Hi, I'm Rogan Tokach with the Auburn University Bee Center, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about one of the projects that Project Apis M has helped fund, looking at heat treatments on Tropilaelaps mites. So if you're unfamiliar with Tropilaelaps or Tropilaelaps mercedesae mites, this is a relatively new mite species that has been really sweeping the honeybee world and the honeybee industry with interest because it seems to be expanding its geographical range into new areas. And so there's a lot of interest in how can you control Tropilaelaps. And so to do this project, we at Auburn partnered with a company called Beewise, and they're stationed both in the US and in Israel. And they came up with this really cool thing called a bee home. Now these bee homes hold different colonies, and each bee home has these individual heat chambers or incubators that are used to treat the frames. And they treat them by heating these frames up. And so they're looking at treating capped brood. And so they've done all of their research and development looking at controlling Varroa and using heat as a way to kill mites that are underneath those wax cell cappings during their reproductive phase. But they wanted to see, well, if it's good at killing Varroa, is it possible that heat treatments could also be a viable treatment to use on killing Tropilaelaps mites? And so to do this research, we went over to Chiang Mai, Thailand, and partnered with Chiang Mai University and Dr. Barjari Chatung over there. And so we took frames and put them in these individual heat chambers, and we uncapped brood looking to see if the mites were able to survive. And what we found was that these treatments that had been calibrated for Varroa mites were very effective at killing Tropilaelaps mites. Any mite that we found that was in the brood 24 hours after treatment was already found to be dead. And so we found that these Tropilaelaps mites might be very susceptible to these heat treatments, and heat treatments could be a very viable treatment in the future for Tropilaelaps mites. Now we're continuing on with this research a little bit to look at the impact that these treatments and heat treatments might have on bees while they're pupating, to see if there's any effect that these bees have when they're adults. And so we're hoping to keep you tuned for that research in the future. So thank you for Project Apis M for providing us the funding to do this research, to our partners with Beewise and at Chiang Mai University.